What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 58 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Belegar Ironhammer campaign. So as we saw last time, Angrund Iron Fist's Throng did in a flurry of axe blows reclaim the Axe of Dargo for Angrund, which is apparently not in his equipment. There we go. And provides the following effects once equipped. Control plus 3, recruit rank for Slayers, and recruit... Okay, that does nothing for us, but, you know... It's still a set, just because. I mean, I guess if we have a nearby army that can recruit stuff, we can use that. Anyway, that gave us a very, very nice casualty rate reduction buff, and we started taking territories. The Desolation of Drakenmoor and Pigbarter both fell, and Imric's Elves were destroyed as well. We also took the... what was it again? Well, we're about to take the Great Hall of Greasus, we took the Falls of Doom, we're about to take the Great Skull Lakes and stuff here as well. So basically in a single turn, we'll have like a turnaround of a bunch of, I don't know how many, but a bunch of territories. In fact, is there defenses at Agrul Migdal? There are. There certainly are. So I think, wait. Question, can you reach Sunken Kernark? In March stance, you can. Okay, wait, let's see if we can do this. If Alaric takes the Sunken Kernark, and we send Durgrim to take Agrul Migdal, we could take both of them at the same time. I don't think that... Just wondering whether both of these guys attacking Agrul Migdal would be necessary. We could kind of leave Sunken Kernark because it's a lot weaker. And we could always march back towards it. It's just that this place has... stuff, and by stuff I mean defenses. You know what, let's move Durgrim in, like so, and see what the auto-resolve says about this. And there is a little army there. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Cetra the Imperishable is here, and I don't know what's in his army, but that does certainly change things. This is Valiant Defeat as well. Okay, we'll need to manually do this, I think. If we attack at all, we need to manually do this. And we'll need to keep both of these armies here. Unless Cetra attack us. I have to wonder whether Cetra does have Lightning Strike, but I doubt it. He's only level 13, so it's fairly unlikely. Decisive victory and low casualties. But now the question is whether we bother with this when there's a possibility of getting badly hurt by Cetra afterwards. And I think the answer is no. So in that light, we're going to pop you right here. And we're going to have Grimly hopefully auto-resolve Galbaraz, which I believe had very little in the way of defenses. Yeah, basically nothing. Alright, so we can take this. Yeah, a little bit of damage, but we can certainly heal up over it. And then occupy. Are we able to build something at Galbaraz? Is it... yes, we are. 800 money generated Oath Gold mine. Very, very nice. As well as hero capacity for runesmiths and public order. It's quite a nice territory. Alright, so we'll be deleting this stuff, and this is going to be a cash cow province, especially with Gronti Mingle here. So I think we won't be using the Dwarf Tinkerer's Shop, but instead the Deep Mine instead. You guys will stay here. Halkenhalf. You could get very, very close to reinforcing, but unfortunately not quite close enough. That's okay. You two will march southward to fight Cetra. We want to keep you in camp stance, like so. I guess the question is how we go down here. We could go through New Moss to Khemri. You know, just start marching this way and then we'll see. And how far can you march, incidentally? Just as far as Thorgrim, in fact, just slightly further. Alright, this guy can't go around us and retake Death Gorge, can he? Huh. I wonder. Well, I mean, he is alone, so it's unlikely, but we should watch out for it just in case. Engineers, you are going to move down there as well, though you are probably reducing costs. Well, either way, you're going to move down here, you're going to move down here, and you're going to move down here. Speaking of engineers, or rather speaking of heroes in general, I wanted to double check whether there was another runesmith. Oh, where can we actually recruit runesmiths? Also, this should be free, yes. Where can we recruit runesmiths? Here. We need to keep milling them. Grugny, I would like to keep Valea and Thungni. Well, let's take out Valea for now. And delete you, and then we'll double check on that afterwards. Alrighty, what else can we do? Well, I guess we should probably move the engineers either way. Pop you right here, and you right here. I don't believe this will make it free to build stuff here. Well, oh, actually it will. Huh. Wait, it's already free just from you two? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. It's just certain buildings are free. Alright, so that means the rest of you are still going to follow. Ah, but you can't reach it. Which means don't bother. Because we're not going to wait more than one turn. And just stay here and in fact maybe even move southward afterwards. We'll not bother with it for now. Anyway, let's build you. It's only 940. At the end of the day, it's not a crazy amount. And we are also going to build the trading depot, and we are going to build the construction site as well. Not a crazy money-making territory, but 4,000 gold ain't too bad. Especially once these guys are all destroyed, we can delete the guard hall at Karak Bufdar and increase the money even further. All right. Next up, there was the other engineers, the main engineer force. Now, we've done what we needed to do at the Silver Road, which means we're going to head you to the high place. I guess the question is whether we want to move towards Grom Peak, but I feel like it's probably a little bit too far. Probably not worth our time, eh? I mean, there could be some... Ooh, there is a gold mine here. There'd be some decent stuff to be built all the way out there, but do we want to spend that many turns moving all the way up there? I'm not sure that we do. You know what? I think we're fine. I'd rather move to the edge of Kazakit or back southward, because there will be stuff to be built down here as well. Gotta keep an eye on it. In fact, we can build some expensive stuff at the Southern World's Edge Mountains, so we could loop back around this way. Alright. After a couple turns of waiting, because we want to upgrade some stuff here. You are going to go for mine. You are also going to obviously go for the construction sites, because they are going to increase the money that we get from that Brightstone mine. Isn't that glorious? And then let's keep the growth up and running. Also, we can now switch you to Masters of Stone and Steel, which frankly you should have been in already, but fortunately the engineers make everything free anyway. Could we get around this to all the way over here? No, only if we jump. I guess we could do that next turn. Jump down to Mount Silverspear for a turn? And these things are free anyway, but yeah, that might be worth our time. Alrighty, well then you stay here for now. We'll jump up and then jump back and then build more stuff and then head back downward. Okie dokie. Now, there's probably more admin and probably more moves to make, but I think it's time for a battle. And Belegar, you're up, buddy. That's a lot of undead to slay, but you shouldn't have too difficult of a time. Pyrrhic victory, apparently, but somehow, seeing the past examples of the Sarmies fights, I doubt it. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. Been far too long since we've seen Belegar's Rangers do their work, especially considering the AI was too afraid to fight him earlier. Well, they have no choice but to fight him now, and frankly, they probably should have fought him when they had 4 stacks to attack him with before. Even though they probably knew the outcome. Anyway, the Rangers are going to begin mowing down these hordes of shambling dead, which is just so fun to watch. Oh, I love the vampire counts. Alrighty, and our artillery are going to be focusing down the enemy Graveguard, while our Rangers are going to be focusing, well, pretty much anything and everything that they can reach. The enemy does have to be whittled down fairly considerably, and their sheer numbers will probably mean that they will, to some degree, be able to get to us. Now, we did deploy in such a way that there is a bit of a river protecting one of our flanks, but that's probably not going to be enough, and there are still reinforcements to contend with, a full stack there that will come in. There's also Graveguard moving in over on this side, which could be fairly threatening, especially in melee, and I do believe there's a unit of Black Knights trying to loop around the, or move around the flank as well. Alrighty, it looks like the enemy Lord is flying in, and plenty more units are working on this flank as well, so it looks like we're about to engage in some melee action, trying to hold behind the water here as well with our miners and most of our units to make sure we use that terrain, at least to some advantage. Enemy Lord is now being focused down in the air by, I believe, 2 or 3 units of our Rangers, and he's going to get brought down very, very quickly. If nothing else, these guys are pretty fantastic at... did he just get ripped in half? Huh. I think he got ripped in half. Wait, what? odd. Something odd happened there. I gotta go over the video to see that death animation. But anyway, looks like the Black Knights have finally made it in. Unfortunately, they did manage to get around our relatively slow-moving ghost and then charge right into the back of some of our rangers, which will also allow some of the enemy dire doggos to close. We are gonna pop entrenchment on one of our ranger units to prevent it from taking too much damage and hopefully hold the line over here. The rest of our army, however, is fighting, but are now embroiled in an actual melee fight. Nice. We have certainly not seen a lot of the rangers fighting in melee. And while I still don't think we currently need the Bugmans, this is why we will eventually be replacing all of these guys with maxed out Bugmans. And when I say maxed out, I mean after we get a tier 5 settlement with the building that provides even more armor than the Toolmaker's Workshop is. So I'd really love to build Bugmans with like 120 armor, which will make them pretty darn ridiculous. Anyway, looks like the miners are holding ground as best they can. One of our heroes did get somewhat trapped, was supposed to be working with the miners, but unfortunately the heroes have a tendency to move deeper into enemy formations due to the sort of animations that send them flying forward when they attack things. Otherwise, it looks like we are holding the line with our rangers fairly admirably. The ones that were entrenched did get pretty badly beat up, both due to the enemy and, well, probably at least some friendly fire, but at the end of the day, they've only lost about half their models, and Belegar is perfectly capable of healing that sort of thing. Otherwise, we were able to take care of the dire doggos and the Black Knights, and it looks like they're going to hold. Alrighty, gonna back them off now so that they don't take any further damage, and the regular rangers will be up front. The reinforcements, however, have arrived, but they are very, very slow moving because they're skeletons and zombies, so we can wait and destroy the rest of the main enemy army before they get here and then regroup afterwards. Belegar is also trying to chase the enemy lord around, but he keeps summoning zombies and trying to book it the heck out of there. He does not want to fight Belegar, which, you know, fair enough. Hey, stop that. Would you stop running away? Damn these Necrarchs. They really don't want to fight. Well, he is going to get killed by range units if he refuses to fight Belegar. Come on now. He's literally just doing the dance. Alrighty, and nope, still refuses to get engaged. Alright, well, back to the main battle then. We will find him and fight him eventually, hopefully. And now the rest of our army has once again turned to the new arrivals. We're going to pop ballistics calibration a second time, and we're going to start melting away all those skeletons and zombies. This time around, they're not as threatening as the first army because they don't have nearly as much elites as the first one did. And Belegar has finally found the enemy lord by the looks of it. Perhaps he felt safe enough after getting Belegar surrounded by skeletons and stuff, but I sincerely doubt that the skeletons are going to be all that valuable here. Especially as they are all now melting away and taking thousands upon thousands of quarrels to the bone, and the and the enemy lord will drop, and with him the enemy army will chain rout. Beautiful. A last of the enemy zombies and skeletons will be brought down, both by Belegar, who's just going to stay in the middle of the fray here, and all of our quarrelers. Man, I really enjoy fighting these guys, though. Alrighty, a few more hits and the skeletons will drop. They're taking a little bit of time to melt away, but it's not like they cause any problems, and plus this allows a few of our units to heal up a little bit more, though I do wonder if Belegar is taking a decent amount of damage from our own. Nah, he's at full HP. He's got that healing potion. It doesn't matter, and there we go. The last of the zombies was this one. He still seems reasonably happy. Alrighty, close victory for us, though I'm not entirely sure what exactly, other than ammunition, would make it close. it's probably just by virtue of the ammunition expenditure on our units. And this is another reason why I want a second engineer in this army. The extra restock, even without thinking of the additional buffs to the other range units, just the extra restock alone would be quite valuable. Anyway, that's that for these armies. I don't know how strong Helmengorst's faction will be after all this, but it's probably a major loss to him, even if it is quick to get zombies and skeletons back up and running. Hey, Helm of Discord, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Anyway, not a difficult battle by any means, but damn it if it wasn't a really fun one. Maybe I'm just super biased because vampire counts are my favorite, but I love both playing them and playing against them. There's just something about the shambling, tireless hordes of the zombies and skeleton warriors that makes it fun both to command them and to mow them down. I'm gonna occupy the Great Hall of Greases here, and in fact, I think by virtue of the fact that it looks like we won't be able to get Karak Eight, we're actually going to try to swap this around. So the Demon Stump and the Sentinels to us, and then we'll give the Great Hall of Greases back to Greases. Might as well. I mean, yeah, it's a gold mine, I know, but it's not like we can build a special building here, and since they're going to be our allies, we're going to make at least some decently good use of them. Demon Stump... Huh. They're actually willing to give it to us for free. And -6 for the... Okay, that seems really doable. I don't know why they're willing to give it to us for free, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. What we want to do is transfer the Iron Breakers here. So, Finbar, you're going to move out of here, and you're going to go into an camp stance, and you're going to move in such a way where we can transfer stuff. Let's say here to the edge of this territory, just so that we don't accidentally put our friend Burnoth here into negative area. Ooh, we're actually going to need to transfer multiple things. Okay, wait. You're going to transfer the Iron Breakers, but that also means you need to take one of these units. I guess it'll have to be a Miners with blasting charges. I suppose we could get rid of the Thunders with Grudge Rakers, but they're more explodey than not, so I think they're fine. Alright. Iron Breakers for, let's say, unit of Miners. It's not a huge melee line, but it should be sufficient. And then you are going to transfer trade. Can you take all of these units? No, you cannot. Close to it, but no. You're gonna take... oh. Take this. I guess you don't need the regular miners, because they probably don't provide much value. Oh, like so. Alrighty, and Burnoth is the king of Barak Var, so we should probably keep him. He does have a decent... he does have a decent set of skills, if nothing else. And he does have Inquiring Mind. I mean, we'll probably use him as a troop ferry for now, but it'll still be quite useful. Oh, wow. There's 2 stacks. But they're weak. I was hoping that we could get a battle out of them, but it looks like that's not going to be the case, or at least it's not going to be a difficult one. So what we want to do instead is, if these guys are willing to give up the Demon Stump for free, we'll take it for free. Thanks. I don't understand why, but sure. And the Sentinels. Oh, like so, but -6. I guess we can give them Karak Eight. Wait, not Karak Eight, the Valley of Horns. Like so. And in fact, they really appreciate it. I don't think we're going to take their gold, though. Although, do we really care about their gold? I'm not sure. Maybe we do take it. I just take it. Alright, there we go. And then we'll probably do the military alliance and get even more gold. There we go. I was going to trade the Black Fortress away to them, but hey, this way we get the Mason, construction cost reduction, and the entirety of the Darklands. And it does make sense that the Howling Wastes and the nearby Desolation of Drazueth, I don't remember what the... Desolation of Asgard... yeah, okay, yeah. Makes sense. Goes to us. Now, this place does generate decent income from the toolmakers' workshops, but I think we'll still replace them with deep mines, even though it's going to take a while to build them. But nonetheless. Or do we just not bother, since these things are already at tier 3? It's just a little bit less admin. These things make so much more money, though. 450 versus 300, eh? Well, we'll build a deep mine here, if nothing else, and then I guess we'll start with the barley field. Refectory. This place is probably not going to make a crazy amount of cash. Maybe we use this place as another sort of semi-military hub. Not so much a military hub, but just a place that generates a lot of capacity, because we need capacity for everything. We can do that here and here, although I suppose this place could also generate good cash. Tower of Gorgoth is currently being the Mecca's Ungor builder. This reduces the money. Nah, you know what? Screw it. I know it's a little bit of admin, but we're gonna just retool the province to make money. It does seem like it'll still be a decent money maker. And we can use these 2 territory provinces instead for the purpose that I was talking about earlier. Alrighty, well that looks good to me. Now, what else do we have left this turn? Probably a decent amount of building, but there's probably also at least some moving around. Cazador. Now, let's see about the Great Skull Lakes. If it's full of Skaven, we will wait, depending on... Ah, there is a full stack there. Declare war. They are friendly with nobody, their strength rank is low. I do have to wonder what's in this army. But I'm also pretty sure that we can take it. Everybody joins, close victory, put this on you, and oh, nobody will die. What do we have here? Oh, it's a pretty weak army. I mean, yeah, they have a couple of rattling guns and a couple of death globes. We just end up killing them from range with the bolt throwers, and then after that, they'd all just die because they're all just Skaven slaves and weak things. I don't think we're going to bother fighting this. Let's auto-resolve it. We'll get hurt, but while we have that healing capacity, we got to make best use of it. Alrighty, occupy the place. Nice. And we got ourselves another archivist as well. Yeah, we got to find some units to put that onto. Oh, I love this casualty replenishment. It's like having Empire level casualty replenishment. It's so fantastic. Like, look at how much territory we've gained at only turn 63. Imagine how much territory we could have gained if we had proper casualty replenishment like other factions do. It would have been insane. Alrighty, not that, to be fair, I've been stopping all that much because our armies have been hurt, but nonetheless. You, Tecton Whitebeard. I was wondering whether we should mill you. We have another Thane, but this is a Constructor Thane that is not going to be milled, and we're kind of out of Thanes. Ooh, speaking of Thanes. Seeker. You gotta seek, and you gotta find. I got them there. We're closing in on Grombrindle. Oh, I'm excited. If we can get them, we can also start fighting up north. Just a little bit, though. There's probably not a lot of value to the territories there. Oh, Torellosaur, we found you. You don't like us that much because of the massive amount of aversion, but you're almost willing to trade. Oh wow, our trade values are pretty high. Even most of the elves are willing to. But Aetane is fighting Avalorn and Ivres, and yeah, they're all fighting each other. This is so weird. I don't think I've ever seen the elves do this. Oh, what the heck? Dolgan are willing to trade with us? That's even more bizarre. They don't even hate us. Maybe they're mistaking us for our dark Chaos Dwarf, rather, cousins. Not Dark Dwarf, but close enough. Alright, Torellosaur, how much would you want for us to trade with you? Yeah, let's establish trade with the Dragon Isles, or the Eastern Colonies, rather. Why not? They'll probably be a decent trading partner over time, and if we can get a non-aggression pact or something going with them over time as well, we should be fine. Nobody else here I think we really want to trade with. Ungol Kindred will die. Marienburg we're not trading with right now because the Wood Elves hate them. So until that situation is resolved, we're just going to ignore them. Viscinaine and oh, West Defenders want a non-aggression or a defensive alliance. I like that, and oh, that reminds me. What we also want to do... 41k. Weren't we just at like 39k? What gave us so much money? You, join war against everybody except Khemri. Why not Khemri? Because we don't necessarily want them to take their territory. We want to take it for ourselves, or, well, probably to trade to our allies, but we want to be in control of that. How much for this? Oh, not so bad. 13k, yeah. This is very doable. And they will want the defensive alliance as well. I guess the question then is whether this defensive alliance will impact us negatively in any way. Will this find Kairos? Are they close enough to him? Kind of unclear. Oh. So they've confederated Zlatland, so they are very close to Kairos, if nothing else. I take it that this is owned by... Oh, I can't see who owns the territory. It's probably not Kairos, but it could be. He could have just taken it from the elves. I also wonder how far you go south. Well, either way, I think what we'll do is a defensive alliance with Crocky here. Like so. Hopefully he's not gonna fight anybody that we like, but meh. Like so. And we'll do the same thing with Talakwa a little bit later, I think. Just want to double check that we haven't found Tzeentch. Warriors of Chaos, Tomb Kings. No, I don't see Tzeentch. Alright, that's okay. And oh. Alright, so here's the problem. He is in fact allied with these elves, with Teclis.
Your time and mine.
Oh, Teclis isn't fighting anybody. Well, we could maybe try to be a little bit more positive with him. Give him some gifts. 1750? I'll do one.
I suppose.
And then hopefully over the next couple of turns we'll be positive enough so that we can get a trade agreement going with him and just not bother fighting with him. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I'd love to kill some more elves, but at this point I don't see the need to go that far south when we've got a pretty good sort of interior empire territory. Anyway, let's continue with what we were doing before I got distracted by diplomacy. Not that it wasn't necessary to do, mind you, but nonetheless. Tecton, was I going to mill you? You're the only one that's millable right now. You know what? If we're gonna mill you, I'd rather mill you here. Oh, we're at 13. Wait, what gave us this? Huh. Oh, we must have taken another territory. Okay, you know what? We're gonna make good use of this then. Mill all three. We took a territory that had a Thane capacity, the mustering hall. So while we have that, we definitely have to do that. Alrighty, and the rest looks good to me. Beautiful. We don't have much in the way of money remaining, but our money making is pretty good for turn 63, so can't complain too much. Constructor Morgrimel is not moving this turn. Burundan Stoneheart, double check. Oh, your public order thing is fine now. Yeah, the rest of this is fine. Khazad Kavzar is growing nicely as well, and will in fact soon be at tier 4. Beautiful. Oh, in fact, by the time it gets there, we'll probably want to get there with Burundan to reduce the cost of upgrading it. Alright. And these guys haven't taken a territory yet. Nope. Once we have all this, then we'll give them Argalas, because once again, just in case, if they take it. Recruiter Logazor, you will need to be recruiting, but for now that's Recruiter Scav Hogmog, who is not doing anything else right now, so Logazor, I guess you can head out here. Oh wait, you're reducing cost of upgrades here, aren't you? Yeah, you know what, let's do this. While he's here, right? And we could also move him up here briefly to the Darkhold and reduce the construction cost of whatever we're building here over the next couple of turns. Oh, why not? I assume he has a stonemason, by the way. Construction cost reduction -7. Yeah, it's primarily from the stonemason. It ain't much, but it's, well, it's not honest work, so, yeah. Let's see, granary. Well, the other upgrades here are probably too costly, and I think I'm going to save the rest of our cash. And you know what? I think, though, we have a little bit of time remaining. This is probably going to be the, Constructor Bugman, yes. We need you to go here, because we're keeping you as a constructor.
What needs to be done?
Because you have the ancestral blood of Grugny. Make a little bit of a mini engineer corps there, but anyway. I'm going to call it here because we don't have the time to fight another battle, and we do have to fight Agrul Migdal manually to reduce casualties so that if we attack or are attacked by Cetra the Imperishable next turn, that these guys aren't so damaged that he ends up causing a lot of casualties. We will still attack next time, but we want to make use of that casualty replenishment. So, calling it here, next time we attack the exiles and, well, continue moving through their territory until their destruction. Same thing for Belegar and both the orcs and the Caravan of Blue Roses. We'll most likely have to prioritize one of them, so I think we'll take the Blue Roses out since we have more armies down here, then loop back around. We might also trade the Dragon Isles away. I'll think about it. It is a red territory, but it is a very rich one. Or maybe just give all of this to Greasus. I just want him to be strong enough to actually be able to do something, or at the very least get the elite territories so that we can unlock the units that we want. Oh, we can take Gorgers from him. And Iron Guts already. I do like that. I do like that very much. We just need to make sure then that Karak doesn't die. Let's build the outpost of Karak, and that might help him in terms of keeping it. Anyway, as I said, calling it here, more battles to come, more Belegar to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.